Really interesting matchup with St. Peter's, though, because Purdue has the 7'4" behemoth, the giant, Zach Edey, and the Peacocks just seem to continue to get it done no matter what. Chip, what would you say the game plan is going to be for the Peacocks? They are, once again, double-digit underdogs.
You're going to want to try to create some mismatches for Purdue defensively. You want to try to do as much as you can to draw not only Zach Edey, but even for St. Peter's, Trevion Williams away from the basket, something that will be able to give you the opportunity to create easy shots. And the execution and sort of the X's and O's. I'm not a great scheme guy when it comes to college basketball, but people who know scheme say that Shaheen Holloway just had that thing dialed up for that Murray State game for them to be able to execute at a high level. And I'll trust that analysis and continue to spin it forward by saying it's just going to take some extraordinary game planning and coaching and implementing that game plan, because clearly, in terms of personnel and raw talent, St. Peter's is not going to be able to stack up. And I would imagine that trying to slow the game down to execution is going to be what St. Peter's wants to do, because if you create more possessions in a game against a team that's more talented, odds suggest that the more talented team is going to figure out a way to get the better of you over the course of a game. So it's got to be drawing those bigs away from the basket, creating open looks and opportunities closer to the basket. And yeah, I guess just shooting lights out, because at every other level, this matchup is slanted heavily, in my opinion, way more heavily even than Murray State, in the direction of St. Peter's opposition.
Listen, Purdue is the better team, the bigger team, the more talented team. Purdue should win this game. But if I'm Shaheen Holloway, I'm looking at this and I'm not freaked out by it. And here's why. Purdue has an obvious flaw. Sometimes you get to the Sweet 16, you're playing a power conference team. They're rock solid on both sides of the ball. Purdue has been better defensively in this tournament than it was during the regular season, but the Boilermakers are still ranked 86th in the country in adjusted defensive efficiency, according to KenPom. St. Peter's can score on them, and I think that's what Shaheen Holloway is going to emphasize to his team. We can score on these guys. Can we stop them from scoring? Because Purdue is one of the very best offensive teams in America. I talked to Shaheen Holloway last night. Seemed very confident, very calm, like a man who knows that he's really accomplished something special here and has got a chance to keep it going. As you guys know, he's only the third coach in history to take a 15 seed to the Sweet 16. No coach in history has ever taken a 15 seed to the Elite Eight. So he's shooting for that right now. And one of the points I made when talking to him is, does this matter when you're talking with your team? The fact that in the opening round, you beat Kentucky. There is no bigger brand and perhaps no better team in this country this season than John Calipari's Wildcats, despite what happened in the round of 64. In that first round, St. Peter's played against Oscar Tshiebwe, the National Player of the Year favorite. There is no better college basketball player in this country than Oscar Tshiebwe. So if you're St. Peter's and you've already knocked out the biggest brand and you've already knocked out the best player, what scares you now? Probably nothing. Shaheen sort of smiled at that and said, if I got to give a speech like that at this point in the season, I haven't done something right as the season progressed. My guys should be ready to go. He seemed like a guy who's not ready to coach just one more game. I can't wait for this one.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting after their first upset victory against Kentucky. He didn't even let his guys really celebrate. It was right to the handshake line. Let's get to the next game. We've got more to do, and maybe they do. Maybe they do become the first 15 seed to reach the Elite Eight.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.